The government of APC under the present regime have done very well.
It will be in continuation of negotiations to form a coalition that will battle APC in 2027, visited Bauchi State, where he held talks with the governor, Bala Mohamed. After the closed-door meeting, a journalist asked him to appraise the current administration. He started by praising Tinubu, praising in quotes. Also, Bala Mohamed had some important things to say about the coalition. Let's hear Peter Obi first.
Let's say, if I to ask you on the journey so far under the APC, I don't know how he would react to all the happenings in Nigeria now.
Frankly, the government of APC under the present regime have done very well. Because remember, when the president was campaigning, he said he would continue from where Buhari stopped. And if you check it, Buhari stopped the dollar at about 400. It's now 1,006. So it's done very well. The rice was about 30,000. It's now over 100,000. Beans was about 40,000. It's now over 100,000. I can go on and on. Everything have doubled and tripled. Fuel was about 200, 300, it's not over 1,000. So you can say the government has done very well as they promised. And that's what we must all know now. The government has just said, we are coming together for the future of this better society our children will live in. It is not about ourselves again. We have been wasted enough time in this country. We now want to invest. Yes, you're right. I'm just like Indonesia. I want Nigeria to be like an Indonesia. A president was sworn in Indonesia in 2014. Another one was sworn in Nigeria in 2015. So two governments came in. By 2024, 10 years after, that government in Indonesia moved their GDP from about 800 billion to 1.5 trillion. Per capita from about 3,000 to about 5,000. In our own, our GDP in 2014 was over $500 billion with a per capita of almost 3,500. By 2024, we were down to GDP of $200 billion and per capita of below $2,000. That is the difference. So if I wear this, I'm wearing it out of, this is where we want to go. We want to have improvement. We are a country of about 213 million. Indonesia is about 280 million. They have about 4,000 universities. We have less than 200 universities, less than 5%. I can go on and on. I traveled to Indonesia with two of my colleagues who are Muslims. And I asked them for after 1 week of visiting everybody, including the former president and everything, did you see one Almajiri here? No one. Reason, they invested in education. I have been and financed and supporting about 3 Almajiri schools now, am I right? Up to 4 of them. And there I find the most brilliant people in the world. Young kids in their 10s were able to memorize the Quran. If they can't go to school, I'll take school to them. Because they will take their engineering there. They will learn, they will become doctors from there. They will take everything from there. We want to pull them out of poverty. I want them all to return to where the industries in Bombay, Shradan 1, Shradan 2 in Kaduna is working. We want to see the textile companies in Kaduna. We want things to change. So it's not about anything. Things hasn't changed. Things have deteriorated. That's exactly what it is. And that's what we want to turn it around. That's why he said with timelines, it's no longer, Nigerians are not fed up of promises. We want to invest in critical areas of development, education, health, and pulling people out of poverty. That is not the news you see here. The news you see in our country today is the news of every day one drama or the other. We want to end the drama so that we can watch film in the evening, discuss my business in the day.
This comparison by P2B between Indonesia and Nigeria is so heartbreaking. People don't understand that incompetent leaders are wasting everyone's time. The former president of Indonesia literally doubled their GDP, while in Nigeria, Buhari depreciated our GDP by up to 60%. So people must understand that everyone that has the same goal must work together. When they talk about coalition, you can't pick and choose. You can't be saying, this one did this one did that. There are no sense in Nigerian politics, especially now that people know that more than 90% of the people that are in control in Nigeria, political affairs, everything, are people of dubious character. How do you defeat them? You cannot wage war on them. So the only way you can get there is to work with them. You have to work with everyone. That's how politics works. If you are moving up the political ladder, you have to work with anyone that can help you get there. Even if the person is a criminal, is a this or that, you must work with everyone you see on your way climbing up. It is now when you get there, you now start picking and choosing people who you put in positions. All the major political heavyweights, Nigerians know their character. They know what they are capable of doing. They also know their antecedents. So when everyone works together to defeat the APC in 2027, that knowledge of what the people can do, all the political heavyweights, will now be used to determine who will get so-so position. If you know that this person is good at this, you make sure you put him in a place where he's good at. If you also know that someone is an extremist, you know that you must avoid him in public office completely. But all these are not said at the beginning. Because of what? When you say them, you alienate people instead of attracting them to come and work together to achieve the same goal. What is happening right now is that everyone is trying to show strength. El-Rufai just decamped to APC, and a lot of his loyalists also decamped with him. They resigned en masse from APC, especially in Kaduna. What he's trying to do is to show his strength, because you can't come to that table without at least some followers. This was exactly what happened when APC was formed. All the major people that formed APC, the major political parties and their leaders, they all came into the coalition with their clout, with all their followers. So right now that El-Rufai has fallen out with APC leaders, he needed another platform in order to rally his followers behind him, so that when that coalition works out, they will come to the negotiating table, everyone will be speaking and negotiating and, making deals. Why will it work? It can only work when someone has followers. The person has shown strength, like Kwankwaso did. When he contested the 2023 presidential election, he knew he wouldn't win, but he wanted to show strength. Yes, and he has shown that strength that is very popular in Kano State. He won Kano State in the election. He also won Kano State in the governorship election. Now, El-Rufai wants to capitalize and inherit the CPC. Since Buhari can no longer hold any political position, he has reached the pinnacle. So El-Rufai is hoping to gather the remnants, whatever is remaining of the CPC. He wants to rally them behind him, so that when he comes to the negotiating table, he will be speaking from a position of strength. You can say the same thing about P2B. He has his obedience behind him. They've been moving around, having conventions in the north. Atiku Abubakar also has a lot of followers and loyalists. If he decamped from PDP today, many of his followers will follow him to the new party or wherever he's going. In summary, people should stop picking and choosing who to work with in the coalition. When you do that, you lose focus of the objective. The main objective is supposed to be the preoccupation of everyone, not about how you get there. Plan how to get there. When you get there, you now look back and say, this person is not this person is not that. That's how it is done. When they say the North knows how to play politics, it's not a brag. It's just that they are very good in solidarity. Whenever they want to forge a common front, they do it without minding political affiliations. They won't start saying this person did this, he did that, that person did what, he did this, he belongs to this party, that one belongs to that party. No, They just drop everything they are doing, they focus on it and achieve it. When it's time to share positions, they will start lobbying for it. So let people stop falling for the narrative that this person can never be trusted, that person can never be doing this. No, just hold your horses, because they are trying to divide you. They don't want that political coalition that will defeat them in 2027 to succeed. They've already successfully divided the main opposition parties. There's leadership crisis in Labour Party, so as PDP. Even the NEC meeting that was supposed to hold in March, they recently postponed it till May. So you can see their hands are in everywhere, just like El Rufai said here.
The crisis that 1990 is facing in the Labour Party is contrived and funded by the government of the day. Everyone knows it. Jumping from one court to another is all designed to distract the party leadership from focusing on their core functions. The same thing is happening in the PDP.
Worse.
Even the NNPP has been targeted for destruction. There are people that have been resourced to go and cause problems in the NNPP. The last thing I read about NNPP was that one faction of the party has expelled Kwankwaso and the sitting governor. When you see things like that, you know it's contrived crisis. Which party sacks a sitting governor?
The only governor they have.
And the only governor they have. You know it's contrived. I don't have the details.
You see, 2027 presidential election will be the easiest for the opposition to win. Look around you, nothing is working. They've literally made everything worse, even worse than what Buhari did. So there's nowhere they can lean on. Don't let anyone intimidate you and tell you, this person is undefeatable, he is in control of everything. No, if Nigerians can only focus and stand their ground, these people will be defeated. They will all run away. Now, let's hear Bala Mohamed.
He has said it all. Our collaboration transcends party, religion, geopolitical zones, or personal petty interests. You see, the government in power relish in being undertakers in different parties. We will use knowledge, tact, and strategy to transcend all this, to go beyond their estimation in such a manner that will come up with a framework that will give you as latitude to actualize our collective aspiration of providing good governance to Nigerians, irrespective of the bad interferences, permutations, or plans of those people who think that they can scatter democracy through all the means that is in their hands, through the power of coercion, or even interference in the judiciary and so on and so forth. We will transcend all that, and that's the plan. Thank you.